Let's start. In this section we are going to discuss about the Ethernet switch types. Switch, already you know about the switch. Switch is a central device which is allow multiple and devices to connected and start talking to each other. Okay, so number of the ports and managed and unmanaged switch, stackable and modular versus fixed, and desktop versus rack mounted. So different switch has the different number of the ports. Like some switch have only the 8 ports, some have the 24, but mainly the 24 ports are exist in the inside the switch. Ports, when we talk about the ports means the physical ports. You can see this one where you can connect your cable, right? So there is a number of the ports, 24, and also the 48 ports and 64, 128 and more also. So when we talk about the switch actually there is a two types generally. One is a managed, another is a unmanaged. So when we talk about the unmanaged means as its name, you cannot manage, unmanaged. But managed switch, yes, you can manage. So what the thing you can manage? So in the sense of the unmanaged means you just go in the market, buy the switch, put the switch in the rack and connect the cable. You cannot do any type of the modification inside it. But in a managed switch, of course you can do. So what things you can do? You can manage. What type of the manage? Like you can implement the security. You can do the port filtering, MAC filtering. You can create the VLAN and other type of the management you can do inside the managed switch. So managed switch also the two types. One is a L2, another is a L3. So L2 are the switch which is only support all the activity on the L2. Whatever the activity happened upon the L2 like ARP protocol, broadcasting and framing and switching. All these are process happened over the L2 switches. But when we talk about the L3 switch can work over the L2 as well as L3. On the L3 there is a lots of the things happened over here like routing, enable routing protocol, ACL access control list and other type of the features are available which are exist feature inside the router or basic firewall. Okay, so these are two types of the managed switch. One is a L2 and another is L3. L3 working over the packet as well as both L2 and L3 both. This type of the switch are working on the both layer 2 as well as layer 3. Okay, so some ports is a stackable like this you can put, and some port is a fixed means these type of the switch you can fix somewhere inside the rack, and modular means you can module them and change them. Some are the rack mounted. You can see the multiple like 1, 2, 3 where multiple switches are already mounted on the rack, and some are looks like the desktop only. Okay, so when you will see, then of course there is a manageable. This is the configuration or the interface of the switch, interface. So actually when you see here this switch, so you can find out this switch, how you can manage this switch. This switch is looks like a box. So box don't have the TV don't have the display. This box has display? Of course no. So any box which don't have the display, so how you can manage? You can manage through the another desktop or another laptop. You can manage through the laptop. So how you can manage? You need to access the console. You will have to access the console of the switch. Once you will get the console, then you can do whatever you want. So the question is this: how you can access the console? There is a three methods to access the control. Access the control. First is a
console port, sir.
Yeah, first is a console port. So console port, every switch have, you need to connect a cable, and this cable known as a console cable. Okay. So once connect the console cable and then connect to the PC or the laptop. Another is a, you can connect through the telnet, you can connect through the SH. Okay, remotely you can access this switch. Okay, so now question is how you can access this switch. So here is the laptop and I am going to connect. First I am showing you the console, right? When you zoom it, then you can see there is a console port. On the console port you need to connect cable, and another cable you will another area or another side you need to connect with the laptop. So one side is a on this cable, one side is a RJ45, another side is a COM port. COM port are USB in some cases. So if you want to check this, what you need to do, simply go on the Google and search about the console cable. So you can check out the types of the console cable you can see here. This is the actually one side is a 45 connector, another is you can see one side is a USB, another side is a RJ45. So this is actually not a graphical interface. Okay, this is the COM port. COM port mostly find in a desktop. This is not available in the laptop. Yeah, may be possible. So you can use the USB one side, USB console cable. Okay, so how you can do it? Like I am coming back on this machine, I need to this cable. This is console cable. Okay, one side I am connecting with the console, another side I am connecting with the RS232. Okay, it is called COM port also. So now it is connected. What I need to do, go in a desktop and terminal and click OK. So this is the actually access of the switch. You can see there is a written the switch. Okay, got it? So now there is a three type of the mode inside a switch. Three mode. One mode, user execute, only the basic execution the user can do. Another is a privilege, any privileged user can do it. Another is a configuration mode where the configuration can done on the router, on the switch or the router, both. Okay, so how you can access these three? So here you can see this is the actually user execution mode. Okay, so if you want to go in a privilege, then you need to run the enable command. Now you can say you can see there is a hash sign which is actually find out or denoted. This is the privilege execution. This execution done by any privileged user. Okay, but if you want to make the configuration, like you can run here command show IP config, show IP interfaces. And here you can put the interface name like FA0/1 or something. Okay. Otherwise, if you want to know more about, then put the question so you can get the information like brief. So this type of the command you cannot run from the user execution mode. Okay, but you cannot change the configuration. Like if you want to create the DSC, you want to create the VLAN, or you want to enable any type of the port security, so you cannot do from here. So where you can do, you need to go in a configuration mode, config space T. Now you can see the configuration mode has been changed. Now I am on the configuration mode. So there is a different mode exists in a switch. So you can do the practical of that. So there is a some configuration. It is called boot configuration. Another is a running configuration. So there is a two types of the configuration. One is a running configuration. Running means my system is on, my switch is on, and I have make some changes. So these changes only implement on running configuration. Once I will restart the system, it will be the configuration will be changed or will be default. These default will be called boot configuration. Means boot configuration. Boot configuration is a type of the configuration. When your switch will restart, this configuration will not change. But running configuration is type of the configuration which is on the running state. Once your system will restart, it will be restored by the boot configuration. So what you can do, you need to do some changes here. Like if you have make some changes over, if you have made some changes and you need to copy the running configuration in a startup configuration. So once the running configuration save to the startup configuration, then startup configuration will start the switch, then startup configuration will be load. Okay, startup configuration will be load or the load. Okay, running configuration change into the startup configuration. Here is multiple interface IDs. Here is multiple line and protocol. Line means the digital line, console line, or the virtual terminal. These are the lines which can be used. Okay, and auto negotiate speed duplex versus static config. So once you will check So once I will run this command, show interface fast Ethernet. These actually interface, this is the interface name. So when you run this command, you will find this is up, the speed is, this kilobyte is a speed, and here is the delay, and there is a what you can see here, the full duplex and the speed. So what is the meaning of the auto negotiate? Auto negotiate means if you change the speed or the other side, speed is changed. For the example I am showing to you, so you will understand better. Like there is a one switch, there is another switch, there is a port FA01. This is the port FA01 and these ports are connected. The speed of this switch is 10 MB. So if this is the auto negotiate, so it will automatic the speed will be convert to the 10 Mbps. no matter what is the speed of this interface. Similar, if there is a full duplex, then this interface automatic convert into full duplex. Okay, if this is half duplex, then it will automatic convert to the half duplex. Okay, so this is the feature of that. Okay, so there is a also the feature of the switch is auto MDI or MDI-X. So what is the MDI and MDI-X? I have told you already there is a two pins. One is transmit TX, another pin is 2 for the TX. We have discussed on that. And the receiver pin is 3 and 6. These are the receiver pin. Okay. So for the example, if this is switch and here is one device which have the transducer 1 and 2, so it will automatic convert receiver in a 3 and 6. Automatic it will convert. Okay, so if like this, like both switch have the same interfaces, so in the same interfaces they need to connect with the crossover cable. They need to connect with the crossover cable. Okay, and other, like this is the PC, so here is need to straight cable to connect. So when you connect the same devices, same device, they will use the straight, same device will use the cross cable and a different device will use straight cable. So it is called MDI and MDI-X. Okay. Like half bridge switch, the same device need to be straight cable, cross cable, like bridge and the switch to switch will connect, they will use the straight cable. Okay, there is a one type of the port, it is called uplink port. Uplink ports means this is the actually fast port which can send the data very in a high speed. Okay, it is called uplink ports. Similarly, if the end device change into the MDI and MDI-X, so it will be auto converted or auto configuration. On auto negotiate, you can consider like this. Auto negotiate on the speed and duplex and also on the cross and the straight both. It will be automatic converted.